Imagine a political showdown so intense it ignites a real-time social media war. That's exactly what happened when the White House, armed with its Rapid Response 47, X, formerly Twitter account, launched a full-fledged offensive against a CNN town hall featuring Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The event, aptly titled Shutdown America, became the battleground for a fiery exchange of opinions and accusations, all playing out live for the world to see. But here's where it gets controversial. Were the White House's reactions a legitimate defense of their policies, or an attempt to stifle dissenting voices? Let's dive in. The 90-minute town hall, moderated by CNN's Caitlin Collins, provided a platform for audience members to directly engage with Senator Sanders and Representative Ocasio-Cortez on the pressing issue of the government shutdown. One student, Nicole Plewicka, posed a particularly pointed question to Sanders. Why did Republican messaging on social media seem more effective than that of the Democrats? Sanders' response ignited the first spark. He acknowledged the Republicans' effectiveness, adding, "And by the way, it doesn't hurt that their friends own all of the major social media platforms." This statement immediately drew the ire of the White House's Rapid Response 47 account, which pounced with a post dripping in sarcasm. Crazy Bernie thinks Republicans are more effective at messaging on social media than Democrats, because tech companies and the mainstream media are in the tank for us. The post was accompanied by a string of laughing emojis, signaling clear mockery. But this wasn't the only misstep Sanders made. The 84-year-old senator also mistakenly identified Amazon founder Jeff Bezos as the owner of X, confusing him with Elon Musk. While the Rapid Response 47 account missed this particular gaffe, many MAGA social media users were quick to seize upon it, with one even labeling Sanders as Biden 2.0. This illustrates the hypercritical environment in which political discourse now takes place, where even minor errors are amplified and weaponized. However, the White House didn't just rely on mocking Sanders' statements. The official White House X account even reposted the CNN video clip of Sanders discussing Republican social media clout, adding a sombrero and Latin music to the image. Some might interpret this as harmless humor, while others might see it as disrespectful and even bordering on offensive. What do you think? Another student, Rohan Naval, challenged Sanders on the shutdown's impact on Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's leadership. Sanders deflected, attributing more blame to House Speaker Mike Johnson and former President Trump. Naval pushed back, arguing that Schumer had repeatedly voted for continuing resolutions, but was now refusing to negotiate. The Rapid Response 47 account declared that Sanders had been wrecked on national television as a result of this exchange. And this is the part most people miss. The White House chose to highlight moments where Sanders appeared to be challenged, effectively framing him as out of touch or unable to defend his positions. When the discussion turned to ICE raids, Sanders accused President Trump of using them to spread fear and create an atmosphere of authoritarianism. He argued that government employees, officials, and even media outlets were being intimidated. The Rapid Response 47 account responded by labeling Sanders as absolutely deranged, countering that ICE raids were removing dangerous criminals from American streets. But here's where it gets even more controversial. The definition of dangerous criminals and the methods used by ICE have been subjects of intense debate for years. Are these raids truly about public safety, or are they a tool of political intimidation, as Sanders suggests? Finally, when asked about ending the government shutdown, Sanders stated that Trump's victory in the fight could lead to the collapse of the healthcare system. The Rapid Response 47 account seized on this, claiming that Sanders was admitting that the shutdown was all about beating Trump and accusing Democrats of wanting free health care for illegals. These statements are clear examples of framing and hyperbole designed to rally support and demonize the opposition. Even White House Communications Director Stephen Chang joined the fray, mocking both Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez. He referred to them as Wacky Bernie and AOC from the block, and criticized their messaging. Chang also ridiculed Ocasio-Cortez for a slip of the tongue and commented on Sanders' suggestion that CNN might be bought by the Ellisons. This level of direct engagement from White House officials on social media is unprecedented and raises questions about the appropriate use of government resources and the tone of political discourse. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it appropriate for the White House to engage in such direct and often confrontational exchanges on social media? Does it hold them accountable, or does it further polarize the discussion? The Daily Beast has reached out to the White House for comment, but as of this writing, no response has been received. This entire episode raises fundamental questions about the role of social media in political communication, the responsibilities of government officials, and the increasing polarization of American society. Did the White House's live posting spree effectively counter the arguments presented at the CNN town hall, or did it simply contribute to the noise and division? And perhaps more importantly, what impact does this kind of behavior have on the public's trust in government and the media? What are your thoughts? Do you believe the White House was justified in its response, or did it cross a line? Let us know in the comments below.